Welcome to the 34th episode of the ML Backstage podcast. My name is Mars Luna.
And I'm Ethan.
We're officially in 2024. What are you hoping for in this Earth year, Ethan?
Same thing, find some Earth baddies.
You know, Ethan, that the Cosmic Casanova will help you find that special someone you're looking for. Come on now. We got Joshua Luna running solo again. Holokahiki Toves is at work macking on the airplane baddies, and Kainalu Kamai is night surfing, but I'll see him next week. Joshua will be covering the outline for 2024 and taking a sneak peek at some future plans. Standard beginning of the year type stuff. Back to planet Earth we go!
What's good, everybody? Welcome to episode 34 of the ML Backstage podcast. My name is Joshua Luna, and I'm usually joined by my co-host, Holokahiki Toves and Kainalu Kamai. Both of those dudes are my photographers. They're my best friends, but they're not able to make it today because Holokahiki is, he's in Georgia. He's basically macking on some airplane baddies, you know what I'm saying? Because he works at the Atlanta airport. And Kainalu Kamai, he's basically his family's coming over to visit. So he's spending time with them this weekend. And forgive me right now. I basically feel like I'm a walking zombie right now. My sleep schedule is all messed up. And so to those who are new here, the ML Backstage podcast is basically a time capsule. I create music under an alias stage name of Mars Luna. You see it right here. Hold up. There you go. Mars Luna, the self-proclaimed cosmic prince, space alien singer, cosmic Casanova from the sixth dimension, full character. And this is basically kind of a chronicle of all the things that I've done, all the projects I've done under the Mars Luna name. So it's kind of like it serves as a memory bank of like, oh, this is what I experienced during this era. This is what I went through when I was working on this album or this single, or you know what I'm saying. So that's what the ML Backstage podcast is. And so yeah, I mean, like I said, I ain't got no sleep. So when I sat down in this chair, recording the podcast, that was when I really felt like, oh man, like I really need some sleep. But got to get this in. You know what I'm saying? Want to get this in for you, and I want to get this in for the people. And other than that, like January's been hectic. I am currently preparing to go back to Hawaii, where I'm from, and because Mars Luna has a show next week Friday at Hawaiian Brians, January 19th. By the time this podcast is out, the show will already be done. So yeah, kind of just preparing for that. And if you're in Hawaii and you want to go, there'll be a ticket link. Well, I'm getting the time stuff mixed up, but yeah, if you're in Hawaii, pull up to Hawaiian Brians. It's funny because I played there 10 years ago, as my last Hawaii show before I moved to Las Vegas, where I'm currently at. And now I'm going back there as Mars Luna 10 years later, and with more music and, original music this time. And I believe I was doing covers the last time I was there. So it's all coming back full circle for sure. So a lot of stuff happening. When I come back on the day, so I'm in Hawaii from the 15th through the 22nd. So I'm there for a week. And then when I come back the next day on the 23rd, I have an audition set up for the Las Vegas Aviators to sing the national anthem for them. So it's a lot happening all at once, but you know what I'm saying? Like, can't complain. Feel me? So, yeah. New Orbit is the last Mars Luna project. It's been out for a month now, and I pretty much covered everything that I needed to cover. But I would say that New Orbit was basically what I thought it would be. Now I can reflect on it 1 month in. It was a really good silver lining amidst a less than desirable holiday season for me, which I'll kind of dive into later. Um, but the one thing that I did not cover was that when I showed the boys the project, when I showed Holo and Kainalu the project, uh, after it was finished, Kainalu told me that lemonade, that my version of lemonade sounded exactly the same as Jeremy Passion's lemonade, and it was not my intention, but I'm not gonna lie, he ain't wrong. So I was listening to it back and forth. I was like, dang, there are some similarities. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't my intention, but I guess it was subconscious because like Jeremy Passion's Lemonade was such a big part of my life during um the Swagapino Tumblr, like high school um era of the 2010s for me. And it kind of just came across naturally like that. So um that was something kind of Nalu brought up, and yeah, that's kind of the only thing that I didn't cover from the new orbit that hasn't been covered in the last like 3 episodes. So if you want to know more about my album New Orbit, um, you can find it on Spotify and Apple Music. You just search Mars Luna New Orbit, and you can hear or watch a more in-depth look at the album. If you go back to the last episode, the episode before that, and the episode before that. So the last 3 episodes really covered New Orbit at length, and this Hawaii show is really it's really the like it's the New Orbit release show because it's the first performance after the album drop. And it feels weird going back home to Hawaii specifically for that because, like, it's I won't like my my homies or my friends from there are they all moved forward to different places, and it's there's not a really a whole lot of ties left for me in Hawaii other than family. So it's just like, all right, I'm gonna see, like, I haven't reached out to this person in like you know so and so years. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of the vibe it's like right now, trying to get some tickets. But yeah, like get your, yeah, get the tickets if you're in Hawaii. I know I'm crossing time here, but yeah, get your tickets. Um, and I will say that the back to the holidays now. I will say if you watch the last month's episode as well as the episode before, you will know that on November 12th, 2023, I lost my voice. Um, I'll say that I'll say that like because I'm a worship leader at church, right? And I sing a lot. And I did the math. So there's 52 Sundays in a year, right? I sang for 39 of them. So 39 Sundays out of 52 weeks. And so on every given Sunday, like there's 2 rehearsals that we have and 2 services that we have. And if you know me, I don't I don't know anything less than 100% when it comes to singing. Like I give it all 100% of the time. And that I'm being a lot smarter now with my voice. I'll admit that as much, but it was frustrating. It was a very like a lot of things were kind of building up throughout the course of the year, and it kind of reached a crescendo during the holiday season, where I lost my voice. There was a lot of tension between myself and the people that I work with, because church is, you know, Christmas is like the biggest one of the biggest things that churches prepare for, at least in the American church, they prepare for. And the one of the people that they're depending on me to to sing for to sing for Christmas not available, and my goal was to um was to become available to sing or to sing for Christmas. You know what I mean? And like I saw like from November 12th all the way to the end of the year, there was a lot of nonsense that happened, and that that kind of snowballed and kept getting bigger, and like and New Orbit release was like smack dab in the middle of that, and it was a lot, and basically like it got to a point where I was just like, you know, I think my emotions were high at the time, and it was just like, nah, like the lines have been crossed, you know what I'm saying? And like, and I'm checked out, I'm finished, like this year better be over, and all that kind of stuff. And I was praying to God that like, like I'm checked out, I'm done. I don't know when I'm gonna get my voice back. Like I want something different. You know what I'm saying? Like that was kind of what it was. And you know, and and one of my bosses uh approached me like towards the very end of the 2023, and it was just kind of like, kind of like, let's see what 2024 is going to look like, and all that stuff. And I was kind of like, cool, whatever. And then I was praying to God, just you know being like, God, there's new up I know that there's something new coming, and I'm looking forward to it. And just let me know what it is. Like I'll be obedient and faithful and all that kind of stuff. Uh and basically the way God answered that prayer was like, I'm gonna give you a raise. And I'm gonna give you a cubicle. And God, it was just hilarious in that way. And it's like, okay, all right, like God was hilarious. He showed himself in that moment. And in 2024, like it started off in a way that I didn't anticipate. And because I thought I was gonna be I thought I was gonna be fired. I'm not gonna lie, I thought I was gonna be fired. But it's all good. Like my emotions were kind of like were kind of high, and I was in a really dark place during the holiday season. And normally the holidays are not necessarily the best for me anyway, but this past holiday season was different for sure. And um I'm glad I got past through the emotions and all that stuff. And I'm just ready to focus and getting ready to get my voice back to 100%. And just so I can do what I got to do, you know what I mean? And um so it's not just get my voice back to 100% because, oh, I want to do music. It's because it's the most valuable thing that I have. You know what I mean? And like, people, people want me to do certain things because of my voice or whatever, And yeah, that's just kind of that's just kind of where it was at. And that was basically the holiday season of 2023. Uh, so normally I don't even know where we are in this podcast because time wise, because it's a solo episode, so and I'm beyond sleepy. But normally after every at the end of every podcast episode, um, I close it out with a question. And whether the question is a general question or whether it's a philosophical question, whether it's a funny question, it's a question that pertains to the theme of the episode or the theme of the EP, the album, the single that it's being talked about in the episode. But since it is 2023, no, it is 2024. Um, you know what I'm saying? It's the beginning of the year, fresh start, all that. Um, you know, it's this is probably the month to, look back at the previous year for the last time. So my question to you, listener, is if you could sum up 2023 in one word, what would it be and why? And based off of the tangent that I gave earlier about how the last 2 months have been for me, I would say 2023 as a whole was frustrating. Um, Not only because of the situation with me losing my voice and having a lot of tensions with my job and all that kind of stuff. I the one of the things that frustrated me was that I've seen glimpses, right? I've seen glimpses of what could be if I really locked it down, you know what I'm saying? If I really uh focused 100% in um and uh the worked towards the things that I want to accomplish, right? But the thing with getting older is that like priorities change, and people that you're close to go through different stages of their lives, and it seems like you're kind of moving at a standstill, and that's kind of where I was. And while I was happy for my friends who, it seemed like they're progressing in other areas of life, it was frustrating for me that it seemed like I was progressing for sure, but not in the way that I wanted to. And it's easy to compare, right? It's easy to think about like, oh, oh, I could have done this. I could have done that. Oh, this person is doing this. Why am I not doing that? You know what I mean? It's human nature to compare and to do just look and see what everybody else is doing. And social media doesn't it amps up the comparison game for sure. But I would say that you know uh yeah, 2023 was frustrating. And I felt like my body got beat up, my voice got beat up last year. And I noticed, like, singing wise, that man, I hope I'm not. I told myself, like, I hope I'm not washed. I sincerely hope I'm not washed. And that was a real thing that I was thinking about. Or like, you know, sometimes I jokingly tell people that I'm cooked, right? Or if people ask like how did Sunday go? I don't know. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not cooked. You know what I'm saying? But um that's kind of that's kind of where it was. And I know that right now, like, I'm still even though the emotions have settled down a little bit, I'm still a little bit pissed off because of certain things that I'm trying to I'm trying to finish up, you know what I mean? And like all these changes happening at once. There's a lot of things happening right now, just in January alone. And there's no, I told myself today, like I'm just I'm just gonna laugh at things that pissed me off all year. And there's a lot of things that are pissing me off right now. And instead of just being angry, I'm just gonna turn my disenchantment and my disillusionment and disappointment into amusement. So that's what I'm going to try to do this year. It's a perspective shift, it's a mindset shift. It's a heart shift, and you know what I'm saying? Like just got to do what I got just got to do what I got to do, and trust God in the process. And I know that this year is going to be filled with a lot of changes, and I pray that it's going to be positive changes for everybody, and praise positive changes for myself. And also, and at also compounding on top of all the things that I was going through, um, a pastor at the church that I used to go to um, was basically shot and murdered on New Year's Eve weekend. And you know, and I was grieving with a lot of my friends who still go to that church. You know what I'm saying? And that was a lot. That was a lot to swallow. And it was the absolute worst way to close out the year for them. And prayers to the Davy family. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if they remember me, but I remember them. And that's rough. Um, but anyway, I kind of want to. I actually have one more question or one more thing that I want to talk about, and I want to spend the bulk of the time talking about this. It's this is 2024. New Orbit's already out, and I'm performing that now. So once New Orbit's over, what's next for Mars Luna? Um, and basically the goal for this year is to empty the clip. Empty the clip. That's the goal for this year. And I got a lot of songs in the chamber that have been done and self-produced for a while, and I'm gonna just music. I'm just gonna dump them all this year. You know what I'm saying? And like this is gonna be another interlude season again uh, before I work on another album again. And well, and Holo knows what the next real era is for Mars Luna. And but right now it's just interlude season. It's just music dump throughout the entire year. Um and excuse me. And then next year, the year after that, it'll be album season again. I will say that, Holo and I actually took pictures for uh the next Mars Luna album already. Because as an artist, you got to think ahead and all that kind of stuff. But I will say, you know, with every ending comes a new beginning. And as far as Mars Luna's Odyssey goes, I would probably say that we are closer to the end than the beginning. But doesn't mean that we're close to the end, though. You know what I'm saying? It's just that we're too deep in it right now to say that it's the beginning. Been it's been 7.5 years worth of work so far, and I hope it's been worth it. You know what I mean? And got a single coming out um in March, and I got a slew of singles coming out in the summer. and 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 the fall and the winter too. So there'll be music dropping all year for sure, as well as next year. For Mars Luna. So be on the lookout. The Cosmic Prince gonna keep you on your toes this year. And also other than that, like just thinking about performing. You know what I mean? Performing more and getting my voice back to 100%. So I'll probably say like singing wise, at my best right now. Um, like I can do mid-tone, I can do um, I can do some chest, I can do chest voice. You know what I'm saying? I can't do falsetto. I can't do falsetto right now. Um, I can do high registers a little bit. My range is not all the way back yet. But I can do like low harmonies and stuff very well right now. I hope this is not I hope this is not the how my voice is going to sound in the future and that my voice changed. You know what I mean? I'm believing that my voice is gonna be good um in when the weather calms down or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? And like because like Vegas is cold right now. Vegas is like 30 something degrees outside and the air is dry and it's arid and I've been drinking a lot of water, a lot of tea, um just trying to stay hydrated really uh, and just try to make the most out of my situation and get my voice back to 100% so I ain't got a trip no more and I don't have to worry about it no more and it is what it is um so yeah that's I can't tell y'all what exactly is the next Mars Luna album is, you know what I'm saying? I can't I can't go that far, but I do have these next 2 years planned for Mars Luna. These are the years to make the most out of the opportunities, and you know what I'm saying? Like it's a new year, room for new opportunities, new mercies. Um, you know what I mean? And January has already been hectic. Um, it's been a lot trying to prepare for this Hawaii show at Hawaiian Brians coming up next week, Friday, the 19th. Um, as of this recording, you know what I'm saying? And just I can't wait to be back in Hawaii, for a week to just be back and to see my family uh and kick it with Nalu, kick it with Scott. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? They better show up to the show, but you know what I'm saying? Anyway, um I believe that's all. That's all for this episode. Uh thank you guys for listening and watching and I appreciate y'all. If you made it to the end of this episode, I appreciate y'all because I was kind of rambling a lot and I really need some sleep and I'm probably gonna sleep right after this. But yeah, if you wanna check out the ML Backstage podcast, you can check it out at on YouTube, on podcasters, on Spotify, on Apple. You can check out the latest Mars Luna album, New Orbit, on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, wherever you listen to music, or YouTube too. Um, and you can if you're in Hawaii, please come to the show. Please come to the Hawaiian Brian show. This is a special one. Um, and it's the last Mars Luna show that he did in Hawaii was a movie. And we're hoping that it's going to be the same as well. And you can follow me on Instagram and Threads at Luna B Joshua. You can follow It's Mars Luna on Instagram, Threads, X, Facebook at It's Mars Luna. You can subscribe on my website at itsmarsluna.com. You'll get monthly emails from the Sixth Dimension Advertiser where talk about or recap like something significant that happened with Mars Luna and something to look forward to in the future. Pretty standard stuff. And yeah, you can follow Mars Luna on Spotify and Apple. And there's a lot to look forward to this year. You know, I don't know how your year has started, but I hope 2024 is a good year for all of you. And you know, Mars Luna always has this saying, and it's applicable to him as it is to me. Hope y'all embrace your odyssey and embrace the strange. Shoots.
Let's go to Hawaii, Ethan. Maybe you'll find some baddies at Hawaiian Brians.
I'm already there, boy.
Anyway, hope you all enjoyed this episode of the ML Backstage podcast. If you liked what you heard, follow us on Spotify and subscribe to us on Apple and YouTube at ML Backstage. You can follow me on Instagram, Threads, X, and Facebook at It's Mars Luna. You can find all my music on Spotify and Apple Music and on my website at itsmarsluna.com. Stream New Orbit on all streaming platforms. Thank you all for listening, watching, and hanging out with us. Hope you're all enjoying this episode. Hope 2024 is a fantastic one for you. And stay tuned for the next one as we hope to have a special guest. Bye!